so far what we have for authentication is we have two views here, the dashboard, the login page, and then we have a few controllers here, the login controller, the dashboard controller, because for every page we need a controller, and the logout controller. Okay, so, and we have defined our routes here for each page accordingly. So now what we need to do is create a sign up page. Okay, so we can sign up a user. So let me save this and I'll create some new routes here, and I'll call this one sign up, like so. So it will both be on the post and on the get, like so. So this one will be index on the get, we'll go to the index function, and on the post we'll go to the sign up. And then since this is a sign up, it's not login, we're just going to say sign up controller. Now you can call it the register controller because you want to register instead of sign up. You can call this route register. That's entirely up to you. But let's go to Artisan now and create the views and the controller mainly. So let me add a controller here, though we haven't created it yet. So just say sign up controller there as we wait to create it using Artisan. So go down here to Artisan, open containing folder, cmd. Okay, so let's type PHP Artisan make controller, and let's give it a name, which is sign up controller. Enter. Okay, so we are done. Let's exit there and close this. Okay, great. So now we have a sign up controller here, which is good. So let's create two functions here, function index, and then let's create function sign up for when we actually want to do a sign up. So in this case, for example, I'm just going to say return view, and this is the sign up page, like so. In both cases, I'm just going to put that there. Okay, good. So now we can create a simple sign up page. So I'm just going to copy what's in login blade. Copy there, create a new file in the views, new, save it as sign up.php, paste. So instead of login, we have sign up. Good. And let me add to this though. I should have added this. This is why you need to include stuff. So we're going to do that so that we have one include here. But for now, sign up is okay. Let me rename this. I think I added two I's by mistake. Okay, there we go. So sign up, and then here there is a form. So make sure we put the method in the form there, method as post, and then come back here. Now to sign up, we will need a few things. Now, so far we don't have any tables because I removed all the tables in the database. So let me just come back here and look at the sign up page. So I'm just going to say sign up at the top there, and there we go. We're on the sign up page. Now, if I go to my database name is my blog, and you see that it's empty here. So if I come back here, you'll find that in the database folder, there are migrations which Laravel comes with, and one of those migrations is the users table. So let's use that users table right now. So I'm just going to right click and open the Artisan console again, cmd, and I'll say PHP Artisan migrate. That's it. Okay, so unknown database Laravel. Okay, so I forgot that I didn't in fact change, because I created a new copy, as I said, of this. I forgot that I changed some stuff in the environment here. Okay, so let's go back to env.env. So you don't have to do this if you hadn't changed things like me. So all this will remain as it is, but then here my blog is the DB, root empty. So all those remain the same. Let me come back here. That's true. So let's try again. I just needed to change the DB name. So back to artisan, open containing folder, cmd. Let's try again. PHP artisan migrate. Now, the reason I'm redoing all these things one by one is a repetition is king in mastering these things. So the more you repeat these things, the better you get at it. So we've migrated here successfully. So I'm going to exit this. And if I now go to my and browse here to my database, we have a users table. That's the one we're interested in. And this is what it has. So it has a place for name, email, email verified at, password, token, created, and so on. So what we really care about here is the name, email, and the password. Those are the things we really care about. If I go back to the same migration for users table, you'll see that it has, these are the things that it has. So you can add your own columns here if you want. That's not a problem. So now that we have that, let's see how we can add to this user. So I'm going to go to the sign up here and sign up blade. Let me rename it again. Actually, I forgot to add blade here. Rename, because blade is awesome. Blade.php. Good. So in here, what I can do now is I can create some inputs. So let me create an input of type. Here the type is going to be email, and then the name is email. I'll duplicate this, and the next one is wait, let me come back here for a second. So we have name, email, and password. Those are the three things we need. So this first one should be name. Actually, this is type text, and the name is name, email is email, and then this one is password. But we'll put it as type text so we can see our password there, if that's what you want. Otherwise, you can put it as password so that you can see the password there. That's entirely up to you. Another one is submit, of course, and we don't need a name, we just need a value. So I'll go back here and add value like so. Let me put 2 break tags over here. What I want to do is style this a little bit. It's not a styling tutorial, so that's why I'm not really concerned about the styling. I just want it in the center. I'll say margin auto, and then give it a fixed width of 300 pixels. That should put it somewhere in the center. So refresh, and there we go. Even though these guys are over here, but let's put some placeholders here so that we know what we are doing in these things. So placeholder, here is name, and here is email, and here is password. Okay, good. Refresh, and there we go. I'll zoom in a little bit. So here we need our name, we need our email, we need our password. But we also, if you want to validate the data here, which we obviously need to do, we're going to need to show our errors here. Now, you need to put a CSRF token there, otherwise the form won't work as usual. And then we want to show errors here as well. So let me put 2 more break tags here, like so. So I want to have an error message here. So I will put a span to put that error message in. And how I will do this is, if you want to get all the errors, obviously you use the variable errors like that, but it's an array. So instead, what we will do is I'll just say error like this, put a bracket, and this is the error for the name, like so. And then I will put end error here, and error. Now, if there's anything you don't understand here, Laravel documentation has everything here, which I am doing. You can just go to authentication and see how to display errors, and the documentation is there. So in here, I will put the variable called message like that. So this is how you display individual errors. So let me try the same trick here. I'll do this, paste that, put a double break, and then here just change to email, like so. So this would be the error for the email and error for the password, but I doubt we're going to have it. No, we do need an error for a password as well. So let me do this, put a break tag there, go down here and paste. And this is password, like so. Okay, so let's do a submit and see what we get. Refresh. Okay, too many break tags there. I got carried away. I'll remove these double. Let me save there. Let's come back and see again. Okay, much better. So name, email, password. So now I want to just sign up. Click sign up here. Oh, but before we do this, let's go to the controller, the sign up controller. Yeah. So where are we? Sign up controller. And in this case, once we do a post, we're going to come here. So obviously we want to be able to use the request here. So I'll put that request there and give it a variable of Rick, just to shortcut it, like so. And now what I want is to validate. So we're going to use a variable called valid for the valid data. So I'll say valid is equal to, so valid is equal to request, like so, and then say validate, like that. And validate takes in an array. So let's do that. So now we want to validate, and we are validating the email. So the email is required. So I'll put required, like so. And then it should be an email, like that. Put a comma, duplicate that 3 times. So email here, and in fact, let me start with name there, name. Now name is just required, and you can put your other validation rules here. You can check the documentation for that. So name, email, and then password. Password really, we just need it required, that's all. So password, we'll keep it simple here, required, like so. Okay, so now if we validate and everything is good, we must save it. So in order to save, I want to use the user, because it's provided, the user's model right here. Okay, so user model, protected, hidden. Okay, so these are fillable. They're supposed to, this is what this means here. They're supposed to be always there, and these are hidden in case somebody wants to check. Let's say they want to check if the user, or they want to return user data using this model. These will be protected and hidden from that result, except these. Okay, so we just want to use the user factory here to get the data. So let me come back here and add this user. It's inside app models. That's the namespace. So I'll copy that, go to sign up, and I will go here and say use user models, and this one is user. Now we can always create a new model to save the data in the user table, but it's a user table, so this is the user model. Either we use this or not, but for now let's use it because Laravel uses this same model for authentication to get data from the database. So let's just use it. So here on user, I'm just going to come down here and say, because if we get to this point, then it means everything went well. So let's insert into the database. But I want to hash the password here before, let me remove the comma at the end here. I want to hash the password once we authenticate. So what I will do is this. Let's say here we go to user, let's say user, and wait a minute. Actually, once we sign up here, if there are no errors, if the errors are there, we'll be returned to the same page. If there are no errors, I want us to go to redirect to the login page here. So I will change this to login so that the user can now log in. So redirect like so to login. Good. So here I'll say user, and I'm going to go to insert like this. So here what I will do is now add these guys that I want to insert. So let me copy this. I'll put them here. So I'm just creating an array here. So name is equal to, let me get the value from the request. I can do it this way, like that, name, or I can do it this way and say input and then put like that. Both of these will work just fine. So I'll copy this. The advantage of doing it this way, in case you have subnames in there, let's say it's a JSON data, you can, if it's an array, if name is an array, you can get another value by putting a dot there. But either way, it's going to work. So let's come back here. So input email here, and then here input password. But now we want to hash the password because this is how things work. If we just sign up the user without hashing the password, they will never be able to log in because Laravel automatically hashes the password they try to log in with. So here we're going to use another class here, which is a facade for hashing. So it's inside the illuminate here, illuminate support, and then we go to facades, and then hash. Now this is exactly in the same place as that DB class that we usually use to read from the database, to read or write. It's in the same folder. So support facades, but just change that to hash. So now this hash function can be used to hash things. So I'm just going to say hash make like so. So we're making a hash like that, and we do it that way. So hash make, we'll convert that to a hash, and then we'll insert. Now, instead of doing it this way, I think let's create a new user. So I'm just going to say user is equal to new user like this. Okay. That way we use the instantiated version. So say user insert like so. Okay. There we go. So with the values done. So let's see if this will actually work. Let me come back here and let's refresh. Okay, so there's a syntax error here in the sign up controller, expecting to close on line. What line is this? 36. Where is this? It usually shows where it's talking about, which is right there. So what have I missed here? Is equal to hash. Oh, Sorry, my bad. I forgot a second colon there. Sorry. Let's refresh. And there we go. Okay. So now let's see if we just hit sign up. What happens? So I get these errors. The name field is required. The email field is required. The password field is required. Okay, now let's add some actual names. So let's put a name there. And then let me just say email@email.com. Password will be password, like so. And then let's try to sign up. Sign up. Now we are back to the login page. Good. So let's go to our database. Let me zoom out here and let's browse to see what was written. So this is awesome. We have the email, we have the password, but surprisingly the created and updated are no, they were not created for some reason. I don't know why that is, because this is supposed to include these. Let me go to the user thing here. Let's see. No, it doesn't say do not include those. So I have no idea why it did not use. But anyway, do not be fiery. If you want to add that, just add it here. Let's try that. This is disappointing. I thought it would do created and updated. So let's do created at, like that, which is the wrong spelling for created. Created. And then updated at. So it's easy to create dates. I'm just going to say date, y, m, d, h, I, oops, I, s, like so. So let's give it another shot and see if those guys, but the password was hashed, which is good, and the rest is irrelevant. So let me just delete this for now. In fact, let me go to the operations and truncate so that the ID can be reversed to 0. Okay, good. Let's go back to the login page, the sign up page. Syntax error, expecting single quote, created at, so we have problems there. Where is the problem? Oh, I'm used to adding a semicolon there, so put a comma instead. Refresh. Goody. Oh, another syntax error, expecting single quoted string. Did I save? Oh, there we go. So I must put a single quote here instead of a double quote. That messes with the system, I guess. Like so. Okay, good. Refresh. Okay, so this seems to be a big problem. Let me see down here what the error says. Okay, so I see what's going on. I didn't put a comma there as well. Only the last one shouldn't have a comma. So let's refresh. I guess that was the problem. All right, so let's try again and add a user. Let's go for email@email.com and password as password. And let's sign up. Okay, so invalid datetime format. So I'm not really sure what. Wait a minute. So this is the data here. It's telling me that this is an invalid datetime format. Let's see this 2021 0620. What's going on here? Okay, so it's my bad. I didn't put a. I don't know why I'm making so many mistakes. A dash there to separate the two. So refresh, resend. Okay, we are back to the login. And let's see here. If we click browse, what happens? We have those values set there in case those are important, right?